Hi, my name is Katie Sorenson. I'm the Peer Services Coordinator for Montana's Peer Network. I want to tell you my recovery story. Basically, my recovery started in jail. My disease convinced me that I was a loser, and that was the reason why I was never going to be all right. And basically, I was doomed to a lifetime in jail because of my disease. So, what happened was in 2005, a woman, the woman who did my pre-sentence investigation, I got a felony charge. And the woman who did my pre-sentence investigation looked into my history. She did a really thorough investigation, and she actually testified on my behalf. I was looking at a mandatory 2-year minimum in prison, and she asked for exception because of extraordinary circumstances. And when the judge asked her what was so extraordinary about me, she said, well, in this girl's case, this girl is really bright, and she has pretty much raised herself. And I believe that if she had the right guidance, that she could be an absolute contributor to society. And so at that point, everybody had always told me I had a lot of potential, and everybody, I was always a high risk. So people always liked me, but I never heard anybody tell me that I could be a contributor to society. And I had spent most of my life not being a contributor to society. I was not really that much in love with society, and I felt locked out. My disease convinced me that I was locked out. And so instead of trying harder, I was faced with all these barriers. And so I just didn't. Basically, my recovery has not been linear. I did not just get this and shoot for the stars. I did in a way. I knew that college was my way out. And so I got into college, and I did really well for a while, and then I relapsed. Basically today I have over 6 years clean. I'll have 7 years in February. And it has not been perfect. I've had to deal with a lot of shame. I've had to deal with a lot of belief problems, head trash, my mind telling me that I'm an imposter, that I'm never going to pull this off, that one day everybody's going to find me out and they're going to know that I'm really just a loser, because that's ultimately my disease. Just as constantly I'm fighting a battle of my disease telling me I'm a loser. But basically, I'm a mother of a daughter, and when she talks about me, she's like, no, you don't get it. Me and my mom are tight. We're not like regular mothers and daughters. And people are like, Zoe, I know. And I graduated from college. I work for Montana's Peer Network. As I said, I got this amazing job, and I feel like I landed the whale. So what I have to say to somebody, if you're scrolling through this and you really want to get clean, or you're really looking for recovery and you don't think that you can do it, you can absolutely do it. If I can do it, anybody can do it. Although people have always liked me and they've always told me I had potential, I was pretty much a hopeless case. And it took me a really long time. What I think about me getting my recovery in the correctional system, I'm really grateful. I'm grateful that I got busted. I'm grateful that I had people to send me to treatment. But what I also know is I had a lot of trauma come out of the way that I had to get my recovery, and that we can do better. We can do better. I believe that it would have taken me a lot less time. I believe I could have done it faster if I would have had access to different resources. And so if you're watching this, tap those resources, find a peer supporter, find a meeting, find somebody who's doing it, and ask them how they did it. I absolutely believe in modeling behavior and mentoring, and finding people who have what you want, and grabbing onto them with everything that you have, because I didn't have anybody to grab onto. So basically it took me 13 or 14 years to get 6 or 7. So today I have an amazing life. I can't even believe my life. I'm about to fly to Florida. My kid just started school. Life is really good, and I just never knew that. So that's it. Thanks for listening.